spirituality. I'll just give you 1 minute example for how spirituality works in dance. Becoming the deity in order to understand the deity or the tattva of the deity is nothing but spirituality, right? So for the convenience sake, I just pose this Krishna. I see Krishna. I imagine Krishna. I look at Krishna. I feel Krishna. I imbibe Krishna. I pose Krishna. I imitate Krishna. I invoke Krishna in me. And I become Krishna. See how emotional. This is nothing but becoming spiritual. Invoke that energy into you. Imbibe those qualities. You yourself will become that particular deity. This is nothing but spirituality. After all, what is spirituality means? Connecting with the Supreme, connecting with the higher consciousness. How do I connect with the higher consciousness? When I'm playing my ears are listening to the playback singing, when my eyes are looking at the audience, and when I paying attention on the lighting, or if the playback singer misses one notation, one repetition, am I not going out of rhythm? Am I not missing something there? If I pay attention on that, everything goes wrong. I cannot become spiritual. Forget about everything. Just enjoy the Krishna in you. Everything falls in its own place. I'm sure your performance will become a masterpiece. Let's move on to the third section. That's the final section. In this, I would like to tell you about the Natya Sangraha. Again, referring to Bharata in his Natya Shastra, he has delineated some 11 angas, 11 elements which are present in the dance, an Indian dance, making it an exclusive one and exceptional one when compared to the other dance forms of the world. So, the Sangraha goes like this. Rasa bhava abhinayaha dharmi vritti pravurtayaha siddhiswaram tatha todyam ganam rangascha sangraha. Bharata says the 11 elements that are present in Indian dance, be it any form, Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Kathak, Manipuri, you name, Ankinyar, Satriya, Chow, all these 11 elements are present. Rasas are nothing but the sentiments, the 9 rasas. Sringara, Hasya, Karuna, Raudra, Veera, Bhayanaka, Bhivatsa, Adbhuta, Santasya, Navanatya, Rasasmriti. So 9 sentiments are present in our dance. Bhavas are the emotions and the feelings. As I was telling you about the static feelings, the fleeting moments, and the innate feelings, the satvika bhavas, and bhava, vibhava, anubhava. When you experience that, that becomes anubhava. Vibhavas are the stimulus. So the different kinds of bhavas are present in our dance. Abhinaya is the gesticulation. Again, this is fourfold: Angika, Vachika, Aharya, and Satvika. Dharmi is nothing but the style of dancing. This we have it as a Lokadharmi and Natya Dharmi. Doing it in a conventional style is called as a Natya Dharmi. Doing it in a natural way is called as a Lokadharmi. Vrittis are nothing but the moods and the modes. And Pravritti, this talks about the regional schools of the dance. Siddhi is nothing but the accomplishment. Swaras are the tonic and the musical notation, Sarigama Padani. And Atodhya are the orchestral instruments, the 4 varieties we have discussed. And Ganam is nothing but singing. And Ranga is the stage design. So I'll quickly go through about all these 11 angas, but I'm not going deep into the subject, but I just give you the superficial information. As I told you that, there are 9 rasas, but Bharata has suggested only 8 rasas, and he didn't mention about the Shantarasa, saying that, all these 8 have evolved from and merged into the Shantarasa, hence he didn't mention the Shanta. So Srungara is a beauty in excel and amorous sentiment. Hasya is buffoonery, including a wit and ridicule. Karuna is a mercy and compassion. Raudra is terrific and frightful. Veera is heroic and magnanimous. Bhayanaka is weakness in fright. Vibhatsa is loathsomeness. And Adbhuta is wonderment. So there are 33 types of bhavas, emotions and feelings. Sthai is the stable and the composed ones. And sthai is the stable and composed means sea. And sanchari as the fleeting and the varying. Sattvaja are innate, natural and the involuntary feelings. Sthai bhava is, like when we talk about the rasas, Sringara, Hasya, Karuna, all these sentiments, they are there in us. They are there in us. But when do you experience them? I'll tell you a simple example for this. We all have these grains at home, the navadhanyas probably. Let us take moong dal. So moong dal, green moong dal, they are there in the dabba forever in our kitchen. But if you pour them into a vessel and add some water to it, just leave them for a couple of hours, pour out the water, what do you see? A simple germination, then a sapling, and then it grows into a beautiful plant. Now what happened to this germination when it is there in that tin, when it is preserved into the tin? Because it doesn't have any external force or energy or anything that allowed it to germinate, it remained the same. Similarly, the sthai bhava is present in our mind constantly, ratir, hasa, soka, all these things. But when you have a stimulus, the vibhava, the external force, allows you to think about that particular thing, then all these fleeting bhavas allow you to think more, and those feelings which are there in our mind in a sleeping position, the sthai bhava, that turns into the sattvika bhava. Then it will start germinating slowly, and that reaches your psychological, that serotonin, all this chemical reaction, that whatever that we are talking about, and you will start experiencing the same. You understand the bhavas and the sentiments. Abhinaya, as I told you earlier, that it's a fourfold one. Angika is the bodily movements, Vachika is the vocal expression, Arya is the decor and makeup and costume, Sattvika is the natural and the realistic expression. Again, the Angika Abhinaya is further divided into Anga, Upanga, Pratyanga, only till the face, the entire body, and Cheshta Kutta, the bodily movements and everything. And even the Abhinaya, we talk about the stage properties and, bringing on the animals onto the stage and everything. So let me not get into deep into the subject, because that itself will take us together. Let's move on to Dharmi. As I told you, the imitation of the nature is Lokadharmi. Natya Dharmi is conventionalized for the stage. So to make you to understand the difference between the Natya Dharmi and Lokadharmi, so in Natya Dharmi, if I have to show that, a dancer is crying, so I just have to shut my tears like this. I'll express that, she's crying. The tears are rolling down. Whereas in a Lokadharmi, I'll just wipe off my tears. This is Lokadharmi and this is Natya Dharmi. You understand? So dramatizing the action, the natural movement is called as Natya Dharmi. And Vrittis, again, just like the four kinds of Abhinaya, Bharati deals with the language, Satvati deals with the natural way of expression, Kaisiki deals with the subtle, delicate and, sublime expressions, and Arabhati is vigorous and, ferocious and masculine movements. Normally, we adopt them while showcasing the war scenes or the fighting scenes and other things. Right? Pravrutti is about the regional schools. Bharata has divided the entire India into 5 parts, into the Dakshinatya, Odramagathi and Panchala Madhyama, dividing India into 5 parts. And Siddhi is accomplishment, and this is of 2 types. Manushi, with the human effort, if you can accomplish something, this is called as Manushi Siddhi. And with the divine grace of God, if you accomplish something, that is called as Daiviki Siddhi. Swaras are 7 in number, Sarigama Padani, and Atodhyam. As I told you, there are 4 types of instrumental music: stringed, drums and cymbals and wind instrument. Is the singing. This consists of 5 types, wherein, if a character enters onto the stage, it is called as Pravesiki Gana. Akshepa is when something is addressed to the one who is seated on the Simhasan. This is called as Akshepa, or when you are addressing someone. Naishkramiki is when the character is exiting from the stage. Prasadiki is making an announcement about the arrival of a character onto the stage. And Antara is, which is contained in, probably this is the one which can change the mood or the scenario of that particular ballet. Rangam is the stage. According to Bharata, it is divided into 3 shapes, that is square, oblong and the triangular ones. So these are the 11 angas that Bharata has delineated in his Natya Shastra, naming it as Natya Sangraha. So moving on to spirituality, I'll just give you 1 minute example for how spirituality works in dance. Becoming the deity in order to understand the deity or the tattva of the deity is nothing but spirituality, right? So for the convenience sake, I just pose this Krishna because the screen is not allowing me to pose any other thing like Rama, though I would like to pose Rama. I think the visual is not proper, hence I hold this Krishna image only. I see Krishna, I imagine Krishna, I look at Krishna, I feel Krishna, I imbibe Krishna, I pose Krishna, I imitate Krishna, I invoke Krishna in me, and I become Krishna. See how emotional. This is nothing but becoming spiritual. Invoke that energy into you, invite those qualities. You yourself will become that particular deity. This is nothing but spirituality. Often what is spirituality means? Connecting with the Supreme, connecting with the higher consciousness. How do I connect with the higher consciousness? When I'm playing my ears are listening to the playback singing, when my eyes are looking at the audience, and when I paying attention on the lighting, or if the playback singer misses one notation, one repetition, am I not going out of rhythm? Am I not missing something there? If I pay attention on that, everything goes wrong. I cannot become spiritual. Forget about everything. Just enjoy the Krishna in you. Everything falls in its own place. I'm sure your performance will become a masterpiece.